grab it with your left hand like this, guide it forward.
Lynn Coughlin is something of a gatekeeper. To own a firearm in Canada, you first need her or another safety instructor's seal of approval.
Sideways, lock it open.
With a firearm in roughly 1 in 4 households, Canada is by no means an anti-gun country, and that doesn't appear to be changing anytime soon. How many spaces do you have left this year in your courses?
We're now June. We have about 8 seats left in between October and November now.
So the demand is sky high.
Yeah, it's higher than we've had for many years.
Since last week, gun shops across the country have reported a sudden surge in handgun sales, likely in response to Bill C-21, which looks to strengthen gun control laws as statistics show an increase in the use of firearms in Canadian homicides. But gun advocates bristle at the suggestion legal gun owners are the issue.
Anyone that they look behind the curtain a little bit on this whole gun control topic, anyone that takes that time will view it entirely differently.
The events in Uvalde, Texas reignited the gun control debate in the U.S. and by osmosis here in Canada as well. But Lynn Coughlin argues comparing or equating U.S. and Canadian gun laws is a non-starter.
It's false. We have a lot of rules and regulations in place. I mean, the course is mandatory. You have to pass the exam. People can fail the exam.
And while U.S. politicians argue over the merits of background checks, they've long been mandatory here in Canada. Everything is looked at: criminal background, mental health, as well as current and past relationships. Or rather, it's supposed to be. In a letter to the Coalition for Firearm Rights, Public Safety Canada admitted only 10% of personal references on firearm applications were initially contacted, and an unknown number later in the process.
Background or reference checks are probably the most important part of that entire process. The most important part, yet the government's not doing it. Yet the government tells us we need more laws because what we're doing isn't working.
Global News asked for an explanation from the Ministry of Public Safety, but never received an answer. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.